It's back. The belly fat, it's back.
Well, what did you do?
Honestly, I don't know how it happened. I just had some crisps.
At Bellyproof, we want to introduce you to some of the lesser known techniques behind a successful body transformation.
And to introduce you to some practical advice for taking your results to the next level.
The full series and bonus videos are all available to watch for free at bellyproof.com.
No, we are not going to tell you to eat less, train more, run for 5 hours a day.
We also won't ask you to count calories
Or drink nothing but water for a week.
We are here to show you something different and exciting.
And help you achieve a physique you can be proud of.
So stick with us and learn how to become We have covered a lot in this series. We started by showing you how you can go from this to this in as little as 5 weeks.
We've shown you the data proof and explored multiple subjects like fat breaking, fat burning, muscles, movement, anti-aging and nutrition. And we even gave you a free mini routine you can follow at home.
With everything we've covered, there's still one big question. You've done the challenge, you've got amazing results you can be proud of, the hard work is done and you can relax. But what now?
Are you doomed to eat rabbit food for the rest of your life? Forever training and checking yourself in the mirror to make sure, and never enjoying a night out with with friends?
Surely that's not what you signed up for. How can you stay lean year-round and still enjoy what life has to offer? In this short video, we are going to cover the following. First, some easy strategies to help you maintain your body fat levels so that you don't just get lean, you stay lean.
We want to show you a quick measurement showing you what happened when we took this advice ourselves. And at the end of this video, we answer the questions everyone's been dying to know.
Let's cut right to it. Everyone wants to maintain the great results they've worked so hard for, but not everyone can maintain an active lifestyle.
For some people, it's easy. They have the time and they enjoy activities, whether it's playing sports, lifting weights, or swimming to clear their minds. For other people, not so much. Not with demanding jobs, families to support, and long commutes.
5 weeks? Sure, but not every day thereafter.
The strategies we cover are easy, and there are 2 things you need to know. First, you can choose one or mix them up as it suits you.
Second, while you will be able to enjoy some amazing nights out with all the foods they entail, you still need to keep a healthy baseline. That means takeaways, fast food, desserts, treats, soft drinks and the like are possible, but they cannot become the norm.
You still need to make way for real food. Meat, dairy, fish, eggs, vegetables, ideally home cooked. There is no way you can live your life without consequences, but you can find a balance to help you enjoy the things you like.
This brings us to our 3 strategies, with a bonus one involving vampires. The first strategy would be to inhibit fat storage. This would suit those willing to be very disciplined with their diet and would not require you to be all that active.
This strategy is about restricting carbs and sugar and keeping tests high. Here's how it works. In order to stay lean, you have to prevent fat gain.
Carbs and sugar are the 2 substances most likely to be stored as excess fat. By limiting their supply, you restrict the body's ability to synthesize new fat tissue, which can help you stay lean.
Secondly, by keeping tests high, you inhibit lipoprotein lipase and adipocyte differentiation, which are 2 mechanisms related to fat gain. By inhibiting these mechanisms, you make it harder for your body to synthesize fat.
There are different ways to achieve this, but to keep the recommendation simple, just remember
A. Up to 40 grams of net carbs most days. This is not as low as keto, in fact it's twice the amount of keto, but it's good enough to keep you lean.
B. Eliminate all sugars and artificial sweeteners.
Lots of good dietary fats from the likes of olives, coconut, avocados, and well-sourced meat, fish and dairy.
D. To help test even further, consume lots of green veg, get plenty of sunshine, and even better, lift the odd heavy thing. Strategy number 2 is to balance according to your activity. When you're not training for fat loss or muscle building, you can look at glycogen as a buffer for energy production. The more active you are, the more glycogen depletion will occur, and therefore, more carbs you can get away with.
How many carbs ultimately depends on how active you are and at what intensity. If most days you are busy moving heavy stuff, either for a living or for fun, and you are sweating a fair amount, then it's safe to assume you are depleting your glycogen levels and you can probably get away with a lot of carbs and not gain weight.
If, on the other hand, you're sitting by a computer all day long and not being very active, you need to match your carb intake accordingly and keep them relatively low.
The third strategy is to wing it, but keep an eye on the scale. Your weight is not a solid number. It will shift up and down depending on what you do, how much you exercise, eat and drink the previous day, and so on.
The idea here is to live without worries. Do what you like, but keep an eye on the scale.
If you had a few days when you went wild, follow it with a few days of being extra good to prevent fat gain. If you really overdid things, say over a 2-week holiday, be ready to belly-proof as soon as you get back so that the weight never creeps back up. Let's give you an example. Let's say you started the program at a weight of 80 kilograms on a good day and 82 on a bad day. You did the 5-week challenge and finished at a low of 70 kilos.
You now adhere to a healthy diet. You go to the gym, you train a little every now and then. Take a holiday, try new foods, go out and enjoy yourself.
At the same time, keep an eye on the scale. If you start creeping towards 71 or 72 kilos, don't worry about it. It's likely just glycogen and water retention. Just be extra good for a few days.
If this looks closer to 73 kilos, it's time to rein it in.
If it's higher, like 75 kilos, maybe even restart the Bellyproof challenge, even if it's only for 2 weeks or so. Just do it and don't let it creep up beyond the number you're uncomfortable with. Same as you don't lose fat overnight, you don't gain it overnight either. And if you watch the scales frequently, you can catch it early and do something about it before it becomes a big fat problem.
Our last bonus strategy is a little bit more brutal, but it can pay off big time if you're patient enough to see it through. We're talking about killing off fat cells.
You see, when you lose fat, you essentially burn the content of the fat cells. That content is triglycerides, which are made out of fatty acids.
The problem is, fat cells mostly stay behind in a dormant state, shrunken in size, looking for an opportunity to replenish the triglyceride content you previously burned.
Think of muscle memory and how lost muscle content like protein and plasma can bounce back really quickly. Well, it's even more pronounced in fat cells. They are like vampires, not quite dead and ready to suck in your blood.
Luckily, even vampires can be killed with a steak. The benefit of killing off vampire fat cells is that you eliminate existing storage sites for fat.
This is a field that's lacking in scientific research, but we do know of a few techniques that can help, such as prolonged intermittent fasting or cryotherapy, which can help kill fat cells, causing them to self-destruct, a term known as apoptosis.
A more straightforward way to achieve this would be to remain on a strict diet, following the Lion protocol we covered in our third video, for a while longer after losing the fat. We know after 5 weeks of training and dieting, you want nothing more than a nice break. We even encourage it.
That said, if you're willing to keep a low-carb diet and intermittent fasting for a small period longer, not only you can prevent fat gain, you can also trigger the self-destruction of those thirsty vampire fat cells. Combine that with plenty of water, sunshine, and a nutrient-rich diet, and you can dramatically speed up the process.
Killing off vampire fat cells takes time and commitment. For those patient enough to go through with it, it could mean years of staying ultra lean with minimal effort.
So, there you go. Maintenance is relatively easy as long as you find a good balance. We want to show you another measurement we've taken after our challenge.
We followed a similar strategy, training a few times a week for about half an hour. Nothing too crazy, while occasionally enjoying pizzas, chocolate, and the odd night out.
This is a trimmed down version, but you can find the full measurement and a detailed description of everything that we did in the website under the main videos. And here is how it looks. Hey everyone, it's time to check our weight again. Let's start with the date.
What is today's date?
It is Saturday the 9th of October 2021.
Just zoom in on that a moment.
This makes it 3 months and 1 day since we finished our body transformation, and well, as we said, we've been busy filming, less exercising and less monitoring exactly what we eat.
Luckily, we still fit into our budgie smugglers.
So we thought we'd show you how maintenance looks like.
Yeah.
So we hope you can see it for yourself. We haven't put the weight back on. Not even a little. So 3 months on, this is what maintenance looks like. We'll check it on the scale for you as well to see how it looks. We got our result.
There we go. So today I am, and you can read that, 73 kilos and 15. And my body fat comes out at 14.6%.
Rob looks the same, but it kind of looks like he's put on more muscle. So we got a little audience. Moby's part of this project, so he's here to witness the result. So I finished my last weight when we did the measurement was 70.5, and I was on about maybe losing a kilo or a kilo and a half from my tummy. Well, it turns out I lost just over, 2.3 kilos, 68.2 kilos today. So not complaining, happy with that.
That's good.
And body fat is 19.4, which I hope you can see. I'm obviously not 19.4. We've got a bit of a funny, this is a professional scale. And you know, that's the result. So I'm 19.4% body fat today. So there you have it. That's what maintenance looks like. I just had a we've got someone at the gate.
That would be Belinda and the team for the TV interview.
Yes, you'll have to excuse us for a minute.
I'm here at Bellyproof HQ for an exclusive interview with the brains behind Bellyproof.
I'm Jacob. I'm Rob.
Oh, I see you have a hairy little pig with you.
This is Moby.
He's our mascot.
Our viewers have emailed in some questions they're desperate to get the answers to. Question number 1. What made you want to do the Bellyproof program?
Well, we've both had a lot of stress and gained a lot of weight over the last few years.
And it was a bit embarrassing. We were helping people losing weight and we weren't exactly practicing what we preached.
We felt we needed to do something about it. So we thought it would be cool if we did our own program and filmed our experience.
Amazing. Question number 2. What did you find most challenging?
Well, I really struggled with the sugar withdrawal. I didn't realise how addicted to it I actually was and how close to being pre-diabetic I was. It got so bad I was getting headaches and dizzy spells and
Oh God, you were shaky.
yeah, my fingers were starting to go tingly on the ends and it was terrible. I mean, all I can say is it's great to be on the other side of that looking back.
And well, Belinda, I really struggled with my cardio. I mean, I could barely run for 3 minutes. Like 3 minutes jogging would leave me out of breath, gasping for air. It freaked me out a little bit, so I wasn't really happy about that.
Fascinating. Question number 3. What was producing the project like?
Well, we've had to get very familiar and very quick with a lot of production equipment like cameras and microphones and video editing software. And I was doing the video editing and Rob.
Well, I was liaising with our nutrition team and also coming up with the soundtrack, the music. So you could say I've been writing the melody.
And to be fair, I mean, we live in the UK. The weather is not the greatest or the most predictable. So sometimes it was really cold. I mean, when we did our before shots, when we did the before shots before the program, it was freezing.
And quite often we had spectators, people interrupting us. In fact, there were a couple of old ladies sat down watching us with binoculars.
Yes. Yes, there was. And the acting. We're terrible.
I can confirm they were terrible, awful, the worst I've ever seen. Here, watch this.
If you just thought about calories, it wouldn't make a difference because of... Nah, didn't work. I'm still fat. Try again. This one. And anyway, you have to make sure. Morning.
We have more rules like high water and medium burn.
Oh, Melody. All I said was if you want to get...
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Maintenance after the programme. And give you personal...
Pick me up some coriander, Melody. Well, sure. But let me tell ya, you can take our coriander, but you'll never take our freedom.
So here we are. It's August, it's summertime, we've come here for sunrise, and this is what you get.
It's fog everywhere. Welcome to the UK. Stay Bellyproof. Okay, lion ready. What?
That is supposed to be your tail.
Question number 4. We have been inundated with reports of a new dance craze sweeping the nation. The Bellyproof victory dance from episode 1. And our viewers are desperate to find out who's responsible for this expressive piece of modern art. No comment. Question number 5. How can people become bellyproof themselves?
Well, Belinda, that's easy. All you have to do is go to bellyproof.com, join, and follow the programme we've laid out.
Incredible! Join me after the break for my international exclusive with Harry, the psychotic hippopotamus, who gave the zoo the finger and believed he could rule the world. If you have any questions for Harry, post them in the comment section. Back to the studio.
Oh, Melody, pick me up some tomatoes, won't ya? But do I get any credit? No. In case you wondered who does the hard labour around here, I'm fair puckled. Right, okay. This is what you call it when you go to the loo, but not for number 1, not for number 2, this is number 3. Right, that'll do.